What's up, guys? It's Chef A here. This is a Draco Maid's interview. I'm so happy to be here.
First things first, describe what you do.
What I do is I create content, for the vegan food. I like to post different tutorials, putting people on to different recipes because, if you're like me, then that means that you kind of grew up eating the same foods in rotation, the same 5 meals, typically soul food. And, my mission is to help people expand within that and be more creative with their meals. So I do that. And I also like to put people on to a healthier type of lifestyle as well.
So, what made you decide to take the chef route or culinary route, I should
hmm
say?
Yeah, for sure. Since a kid, I've always been interested in cooking. I, grew up watching Food Network all the time, the Rachel Ray show, all the other ones too. And it's just always been in my heart. And, once I dropped out of school after wanting to go to the nursing route, that wasn't really in my heart. The cooking stuff always stayed in my heart. So I decided to try it out, go to culinary school, and, switch things up a bit. And, I have no regrets.
So, you were originally going to be a nurse after high school?
Yeah, originally I was going to do neonatal nursing, but that was originally more so for, the money and stability and stuff like that. But, me personally, that just never really sat right with me to, choose something for my life to do just strictly for the money. And I'm not really passionate about it. And I feel like it's just not my calling.
And when did you go to nursing school?
That was, I would say 2019. Yeah.
So, since then, since 2019, you've been chefing it up.
Yeah, well, since 2020. Yeah.
And what difficulties have you faced since taking this career path?
The difficulties that I face, I would definitely say working in a restaurant for one. That is, a very difficult career path to begin with. I don't necessarily, work that type of job anymore because I do my content creation, but working in a real life restaurant kitchen can get very difficult because, it's a limited amount of, rest and stuff that you can get, and it's just a lot of pressure that you're under, especially when you're, being faced with all these different orders and stuff like that. Like, if you've ever worked even in a fast food restaurant, you know how difficult that can be, like, once you're backed up and stuff, and the toll that it can have on your mental health. But I feel with the route that I've chosen to where I can kind of choose my own schedule with my catering and content creation, um, I still do face my adversities, my challenges as far as like stability and stuff. But yeah, things are finally starting to progress, so I'm happy about that.
That's good to hear. But would you say this being your passion motivates you the most?
Yes, I would definitely say so. I feel like if I had no passion there, I would have given up a long time ago because I recall, especially last year when I decided to finally fully commit myself, just not really getting any type of, what's the right word? Like, yeah, support back or just the recognition that I felt like my stuff deserved and stuff like that, and any type of exposure. Not really gaining that back, it made me feel as if, like, man, is this really the right path for me? Why do I feel this so deeply in my heart, but there's just no results that's coming? Like, I must be doing something wrong, something else that is out there for me. Yeah.
Okay. What would you say your biggest accomplishment is so far?
My biggest accomplishment, I would say the impact that I've managed to, have upon people and building up my community within the, vegan lifestyle and stuff. I like to do things, my own way and stuff. So just the fact that I'm able to help people to live a more healthier lifestyle, inspire them to, love themselves through what they consume. Because I feel like that's, another version of self-love, choose being intentional with the foods that you choose to put in your body.
So you said you didn't feel like you were getting the recognition you deserve.
hmm
Now, do you feel like people you know peer-wise support you, or is it mainly social media people?
I meant more so social media. I definitely had the support, peer wise, mainly just my friends. I would say, that my family kind of thought I was a little crazy for dropping out of school to do something like this and also not deciding to, pursue the 9 to 5 route when it comes to, being a chef, especially since I went to culinary school for it. Um, I feel like not everybody really saw my vision when it came to that and like, really seeing my potential with it. But yeah, I feel like for sure I definitely feel the support now and I'm grateful for that.
Did your family's views make you doubt yourself and what you wanted to do?
For sure. I'll admit, like, there's still just certain times where I do get a little bit in my head, when things aren't necessarily at the pace that I want it to be going at. But I feel like that's just natural for anyone. Unless you've really like built that up. It's all about childhood and like the mindset that you grew up with, the mindset that your family has. That kind of like goes down to you as well because that's what you grew up around. Yeah. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, that is. That
Okay.
is. You did good. But what is your main goal in life?
My main goal in life, I would say definitely to be of service to the world in whatever way I feel that that's, meant for me to be. To help people out as much as possible. I know you said main, but it is a couple. And of course, like being happy within that, being peaceful and stuff. I feel like that does bring me a sense of happiness and peace when I can, be giving to people.
That's nice. And do you feel like right now you are giving the happiness to people?
Yes, I would definitely say so.
And you mentioned how you get a lot of social media support. How has social media elevated your career?
It's definitely brought many different opportunities. I would say so. Different exposure. I've met so many people through this as well, other content creators that do the same thing as me, people that are like minded as I am.
Do you think, well, what is your most successful or like most followed social media page, like TikTok, Instagram, or what?
It's definitely my Instagram, Halos Kitchen _ if you're interested.
And the Instagram Reels is what really got you pushed further out there.
Yeah, that's really where my algorithm is most popular, where it gains the most reach, the Reels. I've had, a couple things do good up on TikTok too.
You ever try Facebook?
Yes, but I don't know. Facebook gets kind of dead sometimes.
That is true.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
hmm
But what is your goal for the end of the year?
For the end of the year, man, I have so many goals. I don't even know where to start, but I would say it's essentially the same thing. Like my overall end goal in life, what I truly want, just to continue to be of service and just help people out as much as I can, as much as possible. Um, Definitely want to make sure I get my digital products out here and just try out different things that I have planned. I can't reveal too much, but definitely follow to stay updated with it.
But who has inspired you the most?
Who has inspired me the most? Hmm. I don't know if this is gonna sound weird, but I would definitely say being back connected and in touch with my inner child. Definitely inspires me. Just that spark and that fire that I've always had as a kid, and I don't know, kind of reigniting that and deciding to follow my dreams, follow my passions, and follow what she has been telling me all along and stuff like that, and silencing out the outside noise and what everyone else feels should be the best route for me and stuff like that. Yeah, and I have other like outside influences as well, other creators. Definitely Tabitha Brown is one of my biggest inspirations.
Shout out Tabitha. Tap in. But I see that you're dropping a cookbook soon. Tell me your process of doing that.
Yes, I am dropping my cookbook. It's going to be my first ever one that I drop. Book in general, honestly. I used to write some books back then, some fan fictions, but that's besides the point. But as far as the cookbook, yes, this is going to essentially be designed for beginner vegans, people that are interested in transitioning into a vegan lifestyle. These are recipes that I've created, along my journey of transitioning. So it is very beginner friendly. And my vision with it is to kind of take you guys along the journey that I'm on because that is like the phase that I've been in, like the beginner, quote unquote, beginner phases of it. To where, future cookbooks and stuff like that, for what I transition into, I do want to start to consume more cleaner foods and share that with you guys as well.
Well, speaking of food, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food, I got too many, I don't know. I feel like I have to say mushrooms because I can create so many different things with the mushrooms.
And I've had some of the mushrooms.
The oyster
Fire.
mushrooms.
But what is your least favorite thing to cook? Like, it's not nasty, but like, it's just like the prepping. It's like, dang, it's a lot.
That's a good question. My least favorite thing to cook. I would definitely say anything as far as like sweets, baking stuff. I don't know if that really answers the question because that's baking, not necessarily cooking.
Hey, I put it in the same category.
Yeah, okay. Well, definitely any type of sweets for real, that requires the measurements cuz that's not really, the route that I like to take when it comes to me creating these meals and recipes. I just like to lead with my intuition when it comes to that. Yeah. But for the cookbook, I do provide measurements in there for you guys to follow if you feel like that's what you prefer.
Earlier, you mentioned that you were going to be a nurse, but other than that, what career path would you have taken?
Hmm. I honestly have no idea. I don't know. I feel like if it wasn't the cooking route that I took, then possibly something to do within like spirituality, like along the lines of like yoga and stuff like that, being on my zen. I don't know, because I'm really passionate about that as well. I feel like overall I'm a very creative person, so something to do with creativity, creation, that's what lights me up. Like I said, I don't know what it is. I used to feel like I was lazy or something cuz I feel like I don't have the same drive to continue to work a job that is not fulfilling me like so many other people can. I feel like I just can't do it cuz it just makes me depressed. So I feel like eventually I have to end up, leading with my heart and putting that same dedication into what I actually want to do. You only got one life for all we know. So make the most of it.
So you're a spiritual person,
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
and did that align with you becoming vegan? Are you a full vegan?
Yes, full
So,
time.
so do you think spirituality led you to this path?
I would definitely say so. Back in 2020, definitely experienced some hardships, some tough times, some tough lessons. Not gonna get too deep into that, but I feel like that time definitely led to me becoming closer to God. And it's crazy how that kind of played out for me because I feel like during that time, I kind of initially push myself away because I had grew up within a Christian Baptist household and stuff like that. Also Catholic mixed in as well, and I also attended a Catholic high school. But I feel like it's never truly like resonated with me completely. I've always been a believer in God, still am. But I feel like it was pushing me away because it kept me in a fear state of mind and feeling like, man, if I don't live this certain type of way, then I'm gonna face the consequences and stuff like that. um, the birds. But yeah, I feel like initially I kind of separated myself from that. And, then at that point, you just kind of feel this sort of empty type of feeling because I feel like everyone kind of needs to be in touch with that part of themselves, a spiritual side to really, thrive and like be good within life. Um, so eventually I did end up finding God again. And, that's been amazing not being alone and stuff anymore and just prioritizing relationship over religion, if that makes sense.
Yes, makes a lot of sense. Well, other than cooking, what other, well, it's not a hobby, I would say, but what hobbies do you have in general besides whatever you got? I don't know. Writing? Is that a hobby you say?
Yes, I love to write poetry. Oh my gosh, I'll be on my spoken word stuff. I finally decided to perform live, and I definitely want to start doing that more. I like to paint. I've always been into, well, not always, but like in my high school years, I've been into different makeup looks, the different face painting looks and stuff. I like to do a little bit of everything, honestly.
That's nice. But let the people know you a little bit more, and let me get your top 3 favorite movies.
My top 3 favorite movies, man. Okay, Titanic for sure. Um, yeah, I cried for like an hour when I first finished watching it. That was back in like second grade too when I first seen it. um, I would also say Love and Basketball is another one. Um, Back then I would have said Twilight, but after I seen the Vampire Diaries, my mind changed, and I feel like Twilight is kind of garbage now. No, I'm
Dang.
playing. But um, what would be my third one? Good Burger. I know every single line.
Every single line?
Yes.
Now, if I were to test you right now, you would know it.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing on hand, but
Welcome to Good
maybe
Burger.
part 2 we can test you. But now, what about top 3 favorite shows?
Favorite TV shows: Vampire Diaries, Naruto. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That counts.
Okay. Naruto. I know that's one of the basics, but I love it. I love like something that I could connect to emotionally. And I do also love like some dating reality shows. I don't know why. So I'm gonna say Love Island.
I've been hearing a lot about that show.
Hmm.
It's really that
It's
good?
toxic,
Oh.
but yeah, it's good. It's entertaining for sure.
But now, how about top three favorite musicians? Artists,
Musicians. Oh
musicians,
my
whatever you want
gosh.
to call them.
You're asking me some hard questions. Um, mm. I'm gonna just say first ones that come to mind. Bryson Tiller. I recently just seen him live. Love his music. Mm. Janae Eiko. Her music's really good and it resonates with me and it's very calming for me as well. Another artist, see back then I would have said Polo G because like I used to blast his music all the time. His music was on repeat. I might still say him because I still like his messages and stuff and his story. You know, he's from Chicago too, so I'm gonna just say him. No, actually J. Cole, my bad. Instead of
Does
Polo.
Polo G still drop music?
Um, yeah, but it's just not hitting the same. I feel like maybe he's coming to a point to where he needs to expand and like talk about other stuff and kind of let go.
Look over the past.
Mhm.
I don't know what's doing, so I don't know too
Yeah.
much. But
Yeah.
what is one thing you want the people watching to know? It could be anything.
One thing that I want the people to know is to, die with memories, not dreams, and go out there and experience things. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people kind of spend a good amount of their younger years just committed to work and stuff like that and nothing else, committed to relationships and stuff too that kind of keep them tied down that don't usually end up working out anyways and to where we just don't experience enough. And we kind of have this idea as humans that, we'll have tomorrow. I'll just push this thing off until then. I'm not ready yet for certain things, or I'm not secure enough yet, but I feel like if you really, really, truly do want to do something, you want something for yourself, then you're going to make it happen. And you're going to have that belief that you'll be able to make it happen, that you'll be okay every step of the way.
Because time waits on nobody.
Nobody at all. Don't die with the regrets. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Chef A on the Draco Maze interviews. Definitely check out more. Subscribe. Stop playing.